Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis Media once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. First off, I just want to say I'm sorry about the lighting right now. It's about to storm over here, and that light bulb up there needs to be replaced. So the best thing I could have used for light is my screen. But, anyways, enough about that. Let me talk about what you've been wanting me to talk about: The Lion King 2019. And sorry, it's been a while for me to. It took me a bit for me to review this movie because I got work and stuff. It was super busy. So many people were just rushing to see The Lion King. So many kids. So many people were wearing merchandise, and yeah. So let's talk about it. So, of course, if you know the story of The Lion King, it's, of course, another live action ish CGI realistic looking Lion King movie. Like if the Lion King happened in live action ish form. The reason why I'm saying that is because it's not really live action if there's no like real people in them. Kind of take it like like the Polar Express, although much more realistic looking than that. But you know the story. It's about young Simba who is going to be king when he grows up, and that's basically the entire plot of The Lion King. So many people have seen it, and of course his uncle Scar wants to take over as king, so he wants to get rid of the king. And if I say more, then I would basically spoil. But honestly, what is there to spoil? Like it gets almost every scene, every exact scene from the animated movie, and put in here with some other scenes that we haven't seen in the original in like just some really minor changes. It's basically The Lion King just in realistic looking form. I can't call it live action if the entire thing was computer generated, because what would happen if they used real lions or hyenas or any of that? Yeah, people would get mauled, basically trying to get them to, you know, do right in the movie. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, I was not too hyped for this movie. All right? I had a little bit of hope. For one reason, Jon Favreau is directing this movie, and he directed the incredible Jungle Book remake, which I still think is Disney's best live action remake, right next to Cinderella, which was also really good. I also enjoyed Beauty and the Beast, but that's another movie that's kind of like this because that movie also with Aladdin and stuff. It's just those types of movies where these are the types of movies that have me scared about what's going to happen with Disney in the future because that's all that they're doing basically. Now, did I completely just like despise the fact that it's going to be a remake and I think it's going to suck? No. There was a few things I liked about this movie, okay? It's gorgeous to look at. Animals look realistic. And basically, voice acting, I like the new casting choices. I thought Seth Rogen was the perfect choice to play Pumbaa. I don't think there could be anybody else that could have done a better job as Pumbaa than Seth Rogen. You know, as well as the guy that played Timon, I don't know who played Timon. I don't know most of these actors. I don't know. I know who Seth Rogen is. I know who Donald Glover is. I love how James Earl Jones reprises his role as Mufasa like he did in the original movie. And that's one thing I really got to give credit for because remakes really don't bring back actors in from the original to remakes. That's a really rare sight. I mean, sure there was what is it called, Flatliners, that Kiefer Sutherland in it, and they put Kiefer Sutherland in the remake, even though I heard that movie was trash, but whatever. Uh, Now what else? You see, basically, there are some things that I enjoyed about it. It's very well edited, and like I said, it looks good. Voice acting is pretty solid, and there is a couple of jokes, mainly from Timon and Pumbaa, that I thought really worked, especially near the end of the movie. Like there are some like minor Easter eggs that you could call them, like, or not really Easter eggs. They're just moments that kind of make fun of other Disney movies. Unfortunately, they're good ones, not the bad ones like Chicken Little and stuff. Uh, but with all the praise I'm giving this movie so far, the movie just ended up being all right. All right, this movie I wouldn't call it disappointing because I wasn't that excited for it. I would just say this remake didn't really need to happen, even if it's being made by such a talented director like Jon Favreau, who directed the first Iron Man movie and other stuff, other really good movies. All right, but one of my biggest problems with this movie is that because it's a live action ish form, the CGI for the lions, they look exactly like lions. But here's the thing. Because they're realistic looking, they don't have the emotion to them. Because animals don't really give good facial expressions when it comes to cats and stuff. Because that had me caring for the characters, like how they reacted and stuff. The, the lions and stuff in this, they just like of course, it's the Lion King, so Mufasa does die, but that's the thing though. I didn't really care as much as I did because, it just became predictable and stuff, and it just it just felt like lions. Because they looked exactly like lions, I didn't really give that they were actually sad because I mean, they're realistic looking lions. And that made me not really care that much for the characters. Another problem I have is the look of Scar. Basically, he looks like a beat up version, a more like messy version of Mufasa. Because in this movie, and that, and another thing though, when they sing his "Be Prepared" song, it just really let me down because I was really looking forward to listening to that song in live action. But it's very short and the lyrics are different and they just want an over like that. Like, seriously, how could you not give so much effort to put the "Be Prepared" song? And that's like one of my favorite villain songs of all time. It's not as epic, it's just rushed. And that's the thing, this movie's almost 2 hours long, 30 minutes longer than the original Lion King. So how could they do that? As for the other songs, they sound fine, but you know, Beyonce performing some of these songs, she's definitely she's. I don't want to diss or anything, but they're just, you can't top the original songs. Like you can't really top Elton John's cover song for "Can You Feel the Love Tonight." And there are some other scenes that happen in the movie like that shouldn't be there at the right time, if that makes any sense. Rafiki looks okay. He's the closest I would say to look like an animated character. But really, there are scenes because Rafiki was a really entertaining character, even though he was barely in the movie. But that scene with Simba, and the scenes, where of course the opening and the ending and stuff, it really didn't work, and that's the thing. Rafiki was really memorable in the original, and when they put him in here, I kind of forgot he was in the movie, and that's a shame too. I know I went to praising this movie to dissing this movie, but it's just one of those movies that I wasn't that excited for, but I'm still gonna see it because I have to see really big movies because I like doing them on YouTube, like reviewing them on YouTube. But in the end, it's just I'm kind of nervous about what's gonna happen because Dumbo I thought was good but not great. Aladdin thought was good but not great. And I'm gonna be completely honest. You can hate on this video all you want when I say this, but I kind of like Dumbo and Aladdin more than this movie. I said it. That's right. I thought the movie with Blue Will Smith was enjoyable than this movie. More enjoyable than this movie. I said it. I'm not afraid to admit it. But it wasn't a bad experience, okay? But if I were to watch it again, I would just watch the original animated film. It's classic, and this movie, it just didn't really need to happen. Despite its flaws, despite its issues, it gets a 3 out of 5 for me. Alright? With all its problems and stuff, it's still watchable, just not rewatchable. I would say it's a one-time watch. If I were to watch it again, I watch the original. Because, that's the problem with remakes. They're mostly shot for shot. Sure, there were shot for shot moments in Jungle Book, but there are moments that were pretty different from the original to remake. That's what I really loved. Probably one of the things I really loved about Jungle Book. Hell, even Alice in Wonderland. I know a lot of people don't like that movie, but I just liked how it was pretty much different. It kind of felt more like a sequel than a remake, a live action sequel to an anime movie. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I have a review for Stuber that I really need to get out soon. I'm not sure when I'm going to, but it's going to be before Friday. And I know the movie is a week old. I almost saw it a week ago. I saw it almost a week ago, and I really need to get that out. I promise it'll be before I see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I could have just done a double feature review for Lion King and Stuber, but that would just be too much. Or no, because you want separate reviews for big movies. I get that, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.